morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Chad Doss Farms, Willow Doss Farms. What do you say, pup? What do you say, puppy? Look how big your paws are. Look how big those are. Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have this one? Can I have this one? You say no. Say no. Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better? So yeah, I had a pork chop last night. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. If you didn't know, we had Willow spayed Wednesday, and today's Saturday. She's doing a lot better. Like, you can really hardly tell. She's barking. She jumps up on the deck now. Still probably feels it a little bit, I would imagine, but it's probably just the pressure of the incision. It's not like she's in pain or anything. They're getting huge. Howard, Harold, Carl, Cardboard Carl. Good morning. Amen. Woman of the hour, cow of the hour. She was way down here in the meadow last night, clearly nesting, if you will. Last year she had her calf way back here in the top, but she didn't really have a choice because they only had 13 acres last year. Now they've got 28 acres technically right now because we've got the 5 closed off, but she's definitely feeling it. We'll go out here and check on her in a minute. If I didn't see her, I would go out a little bit sooner, but I don't think she's had him or her yet. I'm gonna go in and get some breakfast, and then we'll go out and check on them. See you in a minute. Maybe that's why my grass isn't growing. Stinking birds out here eating it. Some of you guys had some great ideas, by the way, and I appreciate it. This bare spot, I don't really know, man. It was all red clay and flattened and dozed. August of last year, we brought in 3 40-ton trucks. We brought in 120 tons of dirt, either 40 tons or 20. No, I think it were 40-ton trucks. And we brought in 3 loads of it. There's the remainder of 1 pile, and we spread it all over the front yard, and we planted grass, and it just won't grow right here. So it's not from the concrete. That was here 6 months before the dirt. So I don't know, man. I don't know. to check the crawdad trap. Make sure there's no crawdads stuck in here that can't get out, because that's weird. You know, we might even pull the trap one of these days, but I don't know. I like coming down here, and here's what you need to know. We check it like all the time. Like the boys come down here, we come down here off camera. So somebody mentioned it's not nice to leave this trap in here if we're not gonna eat them at least. And I was like, first off, secondly, we just have the trap down here, but like the boys, I come down here with Adler, Ray comes down here with Carter, Case comes down here by himself, and we're always checking these traps. But early in the morning, I would be the first one that would check it, like before something would be in there all night, if that makes sense. Like I'm the first one to come down and check. So you get your own creek and you do what you want, and we'll do what we want on our creek. And again, I thought it was kind of funny that I could eat them, but they can't just chill in the trap overnight until we get down here. Woo, something got a lot of the wiener though. Dang, homie. Did you get big on a hot dog? Woo. I bet you ain't hungry. Goodness. That's a big one too. So cool. You guys hear the cicadas? Still got some pretty good sized ones in here. There's another one. Yes, the water is that clear. Man, it's just crazy to me. Like, we've had unseasonably cool summer. Like it's been really cool. It's been really nice, and we've had some wet weather. And then I believe it was last Sunday I brought you guys down here and we heard the cicadas. And you know, everybody knows when you hear them, it's about to get hot. Sure enough, we've got no rain in the forecast for the next 7 days. Like not even a blip on the radar. They're not even like, hey, it might rain, so we're just going to pretend like we are going to predict it, and then it doesn't do anything. No, there's no rain on the radar for the next 7 days, and we have a heat index warning every day. I mean, it's about to get toasty, real toasty. We'll see what happens to the creek. It's never dried up, but we've seen it pool up, like not flowing as much. So it'll be interesting though, because with all the rain we got, the bottom washed out more than it ever has. So when it gets lower, it may allow it to actually not pool up, like it'll still flow, but we'll see. We'll keep you guys posted. We're gonna come down here quite a bit. Somebody mentioned putting a depth gauge down here, like a marker to show the level of how deep or not it is. The problem is it's a flash flood creek basically, and when it floods, it floods. I mean, it could be like 12 feet deep. So your marker's gone. I mean, it's washing steel poles out of the ground. So yes, that's cool. I totally get it, but this isn't like, our depth gauge is that 30-foot tall tree right there. That's our depth gauge. Here after a bit, I'm gonna bring the Ironcraft 306 down here and hit these paths. I normally mow them, but let me show you something. We sprayed this with weed killer, but because we've had such a wet and rainy season, while it is keeping it off the fence line, it's growing back. Like last year I mentioned I got almost 6 months out of that RM43, which by the way, Tractor Supply has a house brand for half the price. I've mentioned that a couple of times. But some people can't find it. But trust me, RM43 and the Tractor Supply stuff are the exact same thing. 6 ounces per gallon, 7 ounces if you're weeding late. Like if you're spraying late, I'd go 7 ounces. But last year we got 6 months out of this, but we hardly had any rain all summer. This year we've had a ton of rain since I sprayed back in March. and it just didn't quite last as long. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. But I normally mow this with the 0 turn. It doesn't hurt anything, like it's not bad. I get the job done. But that 0 turn, it's not that it's not made for it. It's from my friends at Yakta. It's overbuilt and over-engineered, just like everything Aero-Equip and Yakta builds. Hang on, I just found something. We gotta hurry, he's getting away. See it? Oh, a pretty one. Why do they always pee? That's incredible, man. They always pee. Every time I pick them up, they pee. I'll put her back. Him or her. There you go, little buddy. Piggy, piggy, piggy. Piggy, piggy, piggy. There we go. Man, look how good that brush cutter did. Mm-hmm. Amazing. So we have decided that I'm gonna get us a hot wire, and we're gonna hot wire up the boys at least and start feeding them a little bit different than the girls. I'm not saying they have to stay in the hot wire the whole time, but if we're gonna eat those pigs, we really need to raise them on a little bit different food. And we don't want the girls having that food because they can get too big, and I would like to breed at least lady. I'll be honest, I'm not super pleased with the Cooney that we got from Miss Dizzy. Like, I'm pleased with the processing, but I'm not pleased with the meat that we got. It's just not, I've had half a hog before, and it was way more meat, and it was way more for my family. This big old lard pig that we had was not what I was looking for. Now, the sausage has been good, but the bacon's bad. It's extremely fatty. The shoulder bacon wasn't too bad, but the pork chops, just a big hard pass, man. Just full of fat. I mean, tons of fat. And it wasn't because they didn't trim it off. She was just a fat pig. And I know that Coonies are sought after for certain things, but it just kind of put a bad whatever in my mouth for processing Coonies. However, that is an Idaho pasture pig crossed with a Duroc, crossed with a Cooney. So we're gonna see how they do, but what we don't want is Izzy and Lady getting so big that it's detrimental to their health when they do get bred. It can cause a lot of fertility issues, like anything that's overweight, any animal. I think I'm gonna get us a hot wire and string something up down there where we can feed them independent, or at least if they come in, we feed them in there, and the girls stay out and get a little bit different feed or less feed for sure. And they were trained to a hot wire. When I picked them up, that's what they were in. It was like a 30 by 30 hot wire pin. So they'll understand immediately. Wiener! What's up, buddy? It's so funny. I literally mowed the morning that I received the brush cutter from Ironcraft, and I left this because there's no way I'm taking my mower through that. There's no way I'm taking my mower through that, but I'll take that brush cutter through there. Darn Skippy. Oh, look at the little pine tree. Wait, is that a pine cone? Or is that some kind of butterfly? What is that? Is that gonna be a butterfly? No, that's a cone, right? That tree's gonna be gorgeous. I mowed this, and this is actually kind of sketchy on the 0 turn. This little dip right here, you can't mow it even. There's no way, not with a 60-inch deck. But with that brush hog though, yeah, that'll do it. Then we'll come up here and we'll be able to do this better. It'll be really nice. I'm excited. So excited. These are mostly hickory tree starts, but we've got a few. That's a hickory. We've got a few oaks. They don't grow as fast, but I know we've got some oak trees starting. A lot of hickory, and And it's like post oak too. They're like not even the pretty or the attractive oaks. There's one. Okay. These are all trees. And we had the stumps removed out of this hill. There's no stumps in here. Like I'm talking the big tree trunks that we had in here. He took all those out. So those are literally just growing from the seeds that we had probably blowing out of these trees in the winter. And then they start to grow full-fledged trees, man. That's what this is. So that's why we keep it down. That's why we keep it mowed. That bush hog's going to help a lot. It's not that the zero turn doesn't, but the zero turn, you got to really watch your blades. It's not made for some of this thicker stuff. And I think that yak does like 30 horsepower, okay? It will straight rip through this pasture, and it'll do it at like 15 miles an hour. But I don't want to beat up my mower either, okay? Nobody does. So that brush hog is going to be awesome. And by the way, bush hog and brush hog are kind of interchangeable in these parts, if I can be so bold. But bush hog is actually a brand. Brush hog is what you do for a living if you brush hog properties. That tool around here, that cutter, is often called a brush hog, okay? You can literally walk into any gas station here in the 4-state area and just say, anybody know anybody that bush hogs? And everybody will know what you need. They need you to show up with a tractor and a big old cutter and just knock down weeds and brush. That's it. You can say, does anybody own a bush hog? And no one's going to assume that you're talking about the brand. They're going to assume that you're talking about a brush cutter, a brush hog, right? It's kind of weird how that works. I don't know when it got interchangeable, but it's like jacuzzi. That's not a hot tub. Jacuzzi's a brand. Sea-Doo, brand. Jet ski, I don't know. I'm out of my element now. But I know there's other things out there like that. Haven't shown you guys this in a long time, but it's pretty much the way we left it. The dozer couldn't get back here for what we had budgeted this time. And of course, we're budgeting and working on the front of the property. That's a key thing to remember, okay? This is a 20-acre pasture, and it has more grass, more vegetation than anywhere else on the farm. And it's 20 acres, okay? I don't need to have this dozed and cleared. There's tons to eat in here. What I need cleared is like the front property, the 8 acres. And that was the deal with Miss Ray, right? When we moved in, I got fencing and I got water lines and things like that, corral for my animals first. And then this year was all about beautifying the front of the property. The stuff that women want. Not that she didn't want the fencing and all the animals to be okay, but this is her year to kind of be like, I want that pond before I want the hill I can't see, where the animals already have plenty to eat, picked up. So that's what we're doing. What I really want to do is get the dozer out here this fall and just turn him loose. Show him where the water comes in, show him where our wet weather creek is, but just turn him loose and have him pile some more of this up. You know, give him a budget, just say, do your best, man. Make some of this go away. But a lot of this is getting straight up sketchy, dude. Like, these are all deadfalls. I didn't cut any of this down. These are limbs falling out of these trees. That's a fresh one right there. Yeah, that's real scary. That's a whole daggone tree now, just falling on your head. We sincerely appreciate you guys guiding us and steering us, and we are absolutely in love with the changes and everything we've done. We have no regrets. I truly don't look at anything and be like, man, I wish we'd have done this, or I wish we'd have done that. We've had to make some changes. You know, the fence was in the wrong spot coming up the driveway, but that was an easy fix, and now it's fixed. And there was no way to know. We had an unseasonable amount of rain. The final total, if you want to come all the way to June 15th, we had 61 inches of rain since April 1st to June 15th. 61 inches of rain. That mess up anybody's driveway, man. Anybody's. There was no way to know that. Well, it won't mess up our driveway now. Now it won't. I hope. It shouldn't. we definitely, the driveway's fixed. I'm good, I'm happy, I'm confident. No, the driveway looks awesome. I'm super pleased. That 3-inch minus was the way to go. Very excited. But yeah, look how grown it's getting back here. Just a bunch of milkweed. But what's nice is it's not growing in the fence. See that? It's right along the fence. So what I can do is come back here with that brush cutter and drive right here, leave myself about a foot and a half. I can take all this down. That's a big investment, getting all this fence built and then letting it go to waste because you don't maintain your fence lines. And this stuff will shoot up overnight. This was like 6 inches tall last week. I don't think goats eat this. I don't. My dad's got this at his place and he's got goats. I'm pretty sure goats don't eat this. It doesn't matter, I'm not getting goats. Howdy, boys and girls. Taters. Oh man, does she look pregnant. Golly, dude. I'm not judging. Just observing. Whoop, little stumble there. That's all right. Yep, she's feeling it. Is this everybody? Anybody missing? Where's Sky? Tipsy, where's your baby? Oh, hey. Good morning, little one. Good morning. No zoomies today. There's Blue, June, MJ, Phineas, Allie, Fiona, Glory, Princess, Honey, Taters, and Bunny. That's everybody. Do you want a hug? Do you want a hug? Stinker. Whew, yeah, the bag ripped, so Tipsy's gonna eat really well because nobody's bumping her off of that, trust me. June, just let her eat. Just let her eat. Blue. Blue. MJ. Hey, seen any good fence boards lately? So as soon as we get Miss Ray's pasture cleared up, we're gonna put MJ and Finn in that pasture and start growing Finn out. And MJ's just so Finn has a buddy, but he's a long ways from eating, a little under a year. Yep, we'll do it. Miss Fiona here, we're getting a little bigger, bagging up more and more, getting pretty puffy. Today the day? Nope, yesterday was. You're a day late, Fiona. Your due date was yesterday. You're a day late. I will say this though, there's an old wives' tale that if her date was the 18th, I don't know if it's an old wives' tale or not, I'm just using it for reference. I don't know if it's true or not. The quicker a bull gets to the female in her heat cycle, the more likely you are to get a boy. So the fact that she's a day late, or 2 days late tomorrow, 3 days the next day, the chances go up that we have a little girl. Okay, so we'll see. Bulls are easy to come by in the longhorn world. I'm not saying they're all inexpensive. I'm not saying there aren't better lines, but you can always find a good bull from what I've noticed. But finding a good heifer that's got good genes, good mama instincts, that's the money right there. That's the money. Hope I don't hit my windshield on anything. Just saying. Just saying. We've got one on order, but I'm in no hurry. It would be up, like if I ordered it right now, or I'm sorry, if I had it right now, it would be up. And we have no rain coming, so I'm good. I ain't worried about it. Donkeys. Hey, do I have snacks for you guys? I do. I have snacks. You want some snacks? Are you out of that? Come here. What's up, buddy? You can do it here. I'll put it down. Now can you eat out of it? I was hand feeding them the other day and they just got a little bit chippy. And I'm not trying to lose a digit feeding snacks. So, here you go. What I'm gonna start doing is putting 3 handfuls in there and they'll get to them when they get to them. Lily, come here. Eat out of this, Lily. She'll find it. Hang on. That's a girl. Just a bucket. There we go. Hey, the subscribers sent those to you guys. Yep, this is from Heather Vanderwood. She sent that first batch. There's already more if you guys run out. Yep, you guys want to say thank you? They say thank you, but the way they say thank you is nom nom. They just show you thank you by eating. Good, bub. That's good. Oh, party foul. There we go. Little Donk, the Jack that we used to have, was extremely diligent when he ate out of your hand. Lucy and Lily and Badonk they're always biting with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of got your hand there and they're like pressing you down and your hand's perfectly flat. But I'm like, yeah, all it takes is for one of them to sneeze or get startled and my hand's halfway down their throat. And they won't let go. So, ain't gonna do it anymore. Not gonna do it, not for a little while. I'll be more careful or I'll have gloves on or something like that. Not that gloves would stop them from crushing my hand, but it'd be less painful. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah, where am I going?
Well, you're gonna mow with the biggest mower of your life. It's a 72-inch cutter behind you. You see that?
Yeah.
That's from our friends at Ironcraft. What you're gonna do, you got a lever over there on your right hip. You're gonna carefully pull that forward, and you'll see the deck drop in the back. See it?
Yeah.
Okay, drop it. Whoop, whoop. There you go. Debate whether you should start your RPMs up or down. Go ahead and push that. Okay, see how it dropped?
Yeah.
I would start the PTO now, which is that yellow button. See where it says independent and auto?
Yeah.
You're gonna push down and roll towards independent. There you go. Told you it's beefy.
Yeah.
You're gonna let me back up before you crank up the RPMs. But when you start cutting, you want your RPMs to be between 20 and 25.
So I want to right here.
Yep.
Okay.
And you do that by pulling it down.
Yeah.
Okay? So let me get out of the way. That you don't mess with. That's way up so you can see under it. It's his first time doing it, so I don't want him going too crazy. I don't want him trying to hug the fence. Okay? We all got to learn somewhere. Ain't nobody born an expert. If you think you're an expert and you're watching this and you think I'm doing something wrong, so I'm not just turning my kid loose on something that could kill him or kill me, I don't know what to tell you. You're watching the wrong channel. He won't cut as much yet. It's not till you get down here a little ways. He thinks he's gonna tip over. Or he feels like it, I should say. Yeah, drop it down. You always cut better going uphill. So I brought this up in my last video, but the reason I want that cutter no wider than the tractor, he knows if his front tire doesn't hit that telephone line, that pedestal, that the brush hog's not gonna hit it either. Ooh, baby. You know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. Is that okay? Can I say that? Let's mow some stuff before I start singing in an octave I can't unless something hurts.
50 miles to go too fast.
More pass through this gate before the pigs get down here. Hang on. This cutter's a beast. I'm blown away. Oh yeah, skirted right over him. I'll show you. Hang on. It looks so good. Hang on, we'll go in there. The pasture's back, baby. Woo! So much better. And we still got a ways to go. This one really needs a landscape rake. There are some massive rocks sitting in here, and I did my best not to hit any of them, but I just had to like go around them. That's why there's a, hey, what are you doing? Hang on, they'll go out that gate. Look how good that looks. Oh my gosh. I even dropped down the hill a little bit. What you say, pig? What you saying, pigs? Well, huge thanks to Ironcraft once again, and huge thanks to you guys, because without you guys, sponsors like Ironcraft wouldn't happen. If I've said it once, I'll say it again. We have some of the best subscribers out there. We really do. Okay, you guys have no idea what a blessing it is as a creator, which I told you I don't really like that term because I'm not creating, I'm working. I'm out here working. I'm just filming what I'm doing. I don't create anything, okay? We're filming life. We're filming the progress, the process, all of that stuff. And you guys that watch us allow me and Ray, you allow us to pick and choose what companies we want to work with, okay? I get emails daily about somebody wants me to review this, somebody wants me to look at that, okay? I get to literally handpick who we work with because of how much you guys watch and adore us, and it just means the world to us. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Well, it was a lot of pigweed, milkweed, doughweed, who knows what was in there, man. I took it all out, big and small. I dropped them all. But Chad, the monarch, it feeds on the milkweed. If you take out the milkweed, the butterflies will die. More milkweed. I got 200 acres around me. My neighbor's got 400 acres. That neighbor's got 800 acres. There's acres all over us. This is not the only milkweed around us. And let's be honest, I got a bone to pick with people who are like, you got to do this, you got to do that. In 1990, in kindergarten, I was told we needed to recycle so we could save the Amazon rainforest. So I've been recycling paper and worksheets and some of my best artwork from 1990 with markers and crayons. I've been recycling, man. I've been doing my part for the Amazon rainforest. All through school, all K-12, I recycled paper. I did my part, saved the Brazilian and the endangered poison arrow frog, and I've done it all, man, okay? So don't come at me about the monarch butterflies that only understand one plant they can land on when there's millions of plants that they can, okay, I'm being funny, but I have to have a pasture, okay? This is not a monarch butterfly refuge. This is a longhorn pig donkey farm, okay? So, woo! All right, with that said, I'm gonna get out of here. It's not quite noon. Yeah, it is. 12:04 on the nose. I'm gonna get out of here before the heat gets really unbearable. Go inside, get myself something cold to drink, hang out with the boys and Ray, and probably swim a little bit. But nobody needs to see me in my banana hammock, so we'll cut the video here. Y'all be good, don't work too hard, don't make it weird. Thank you so much again to Ironcraft. And don't forget Bad Boy and Jake at the tractor yard. God bless, deuces, see you guys.